Now, here is Gallinari. Pass to Paul. Just 5 on the clock. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Adams' shot is off.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
A couple years ago, after making all-rookie second team, we knew Gilgeous-Alexander was good. But, Greg, last season he went from good to great.
I mean, how about almost doubling his scoring average? Became a tremendous rebounder out of the backcourt. He gives you assists and picks up steals as well. Once he gains more strength, this guy could be a perennial all-star.
Shakes him. That shot off the mark. And Utah the other way now. And it's Mitchell missing.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. Boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
It's Gilgeous-Alexander with the drive.
But Danilo Gallinari, obviously much more known as a scorer, but how about the court vision there?
Mitchell's shot is good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Here's Paul. Following the basket by Donovan Mitchell. Yep, that one goes.
There is a persistence about Steven Adams. Quality defense will not deter this guy if he wants to score. Nice finish.
And now a fast break for the Thunder. Here's Dort. Here's Gallinari. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Tries again. And he lays it up and in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his second basket.
This guy's got tremendous length for his position. So at 6'6", Gilgeous-Alexander confident attacking in the paint.
Out to Conley from downtown. A three-pointer is right on target.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Adams finds Paul. Oklahoma City moving it around. Gallinari passes to Adams. And it's Mike Conley with the rebound.
Boy, with his shot not falling right now, it might be time to look in a different direction. See if you can get your teammates started.
To the middle. Here's Dort. Rebound, Utah.
Boy, that's too easy to miss, but somehow he finds a way to do it.
Got a piece of it.
Wow, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander off his feet and sends it back.
It's good. I know you appreciate this, Greg. So much of defense now is closing out on the three-point shooting and then protecting the rim. Consequently, pull-up jump shooters are super valuable. And there are a lot of good ones in the NBA right now.
No doubt about it. And Kevin, you know, you think about a few guys. James Harden. I mean, he shoots that step-back 3, but he's a guy that, because of his ability to utilize your inability to defend that three-pointer. Kyrie, Dame Lillard, those are some guys. Chris Paul still as good as anybody in that mid-range area. C.J. McCollum. These are guys that have really feasted and carved out a nice niche for themselves in the NBA because of that ability to take and make jump shots.
And I love that list. You're right on. Here's what Utah's going with right now. Royce O'Neal's checked in for Joe Ingles, and it's Clarkson in for Mitchell. Noel. And that one is off. Gobert with the defensive effort. Here's Bogdanovich. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Well, Bogdanovich is used to fighting off physical defenders, and I like the demonstration of strength on that drive.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Noel, and stolen by Bogdanovich. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
Here's Ferguson. He's looking for Noel and finds him. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Ferguson. Puts up a 3. Utah with the rebound. Gobert's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Clarkson. Plays it up and banks it in.
Well, Jordan Clarkson loves the offensive end, and he's in the flow on that drive. That's nice.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock, and there's the call on Rudy Gobert. That is his first foul of the game for the Jazz. Davis comes in for Bogdanovich, and Emmanuel Mudiay subbed in for Mike Conley. Muscala, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Diallo comes in for Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Davis finds Clarkson. Back to Davis. Shot from free throw range. No good off the back of the rim.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. Utah out in front. They lead by 5. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily.
The guys on the team are already tough.
Well said. He does a great job of keeping everyone involved and on the same page.
And Kevin, he practices what he preaches. He plays the right way and motivates his teammates to do the same.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And guys, from what we've been watching with the Jazz, what are you guys seeing out there?
Well, they use the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
Taking a look at the Thunder. Diallo out there with Dennis Schroeder. Then it's Noel. Then it's Mike Muscala. And it's Ferguson in at the 3 spot. Here's Clarkson. Gobert trying to get open. The shot by Clarkson, no good. Thunder trailing by 5.
A guy who can be a little inconsistent game to game. Clarkson can be extremely consistent year to year.
Right. You consider him as a rookie. Many of the numbers then are similar to what they are now. But the one thing that has improved is the consistency of the three-point shooting. He's worked so hard on it, and that's where the consistency has started to take root.
Thunder have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Here's Ferguson, and that one is stuffed right through.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long?
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
Muscala, the pass to Schroeder. Noel trying to break loose.
We are talking about a very solid passer at his position. Schroeder identifying an open teammate.
Boudier dishes to Davis. That shot, no good. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way. Here's Diallo. Banked in off the glass. Now it's a 3-point Oklahoma City lead.
And after that ragged first quarter, they're getting some momentum, some confidence. Nice flow.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. For the Utah Jazz last season, there was a lot of fallout from the COVID crisis. But Rudy Gobert was able to patch up things with his teammates, and specifically guard Donovan Mitchell, after Gobert realized his mistake. For a team with so much maturity and potential to win, it's good to see them finally be able to turn the page. Guys?
Good to see things back on track. Thanks, David. And goaltending is going to be the call, so they get the basket there anyway.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
Joe Ingles, he's checked in for the Jazz. Mitchell comes in for Jordan Clarkson. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Gobert with it, now defended by Adams. Here's Mitchell. The shot's good on the assist by Ingles.
Well, it's a level of concentration that has to happen for you to finish through contact. Donovan Mitchell doing work.
And Muscala kicks to Diallo. To the paint. He had stolen by Ingles. Here's Mitchell. Oh, and the dunk by Mitchell.
Well, why did Donovan Mitchell win the dunk contest? Case in point right there.
And it's a defensive 3-second violation. The Thunder shooting their first free throw this game.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
And the technical free throw is good for the Jazz. Bogdanovich, he's checked in for Gobert. And Mike Conley subbed in for Emmanuel Mudiay. The Thunder also changing it up. Gallinari, he's checked in for Muscala. And Shea Gilgeous-Alexander subbed in for Diallo. And Adams with the slam.
Well, the New Zealander shows a little hops on the alley-oop.
The Jazz have gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. Conley into the lane. He had drops for his third basket. He's missed only one shot.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Great D that time from Davis. Jazz have gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. The Jazz working the ball around now. Mitchell against Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Mitchell missing.
I'll tell you, he's trying to help them extend this lead, but it's been a tough night for him individually.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
Bradley's checked in for Davis.
And becoming more of a playmaker. Doris, I think that's where Adams made the most in terms of improvement last season.
The numbers would back that up, Greg, because he practically doubled his assist rate. The Thunder actually ran their offense through him a little bit more often, and the team shared the ball more as a whole. For Brad Stevens, he said OKC was one of his favorite teams to watch last season, and there were many people who felt the same way.
Here's Dort. Ingles covering. Paul passes to Adams. With 1 on the clock over Bradley. And he could not get... And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not a surprise in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
No good that time. That shot off, and that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to a competitive matchup for Oklahoma City in the first quarter. They were always within strength. And that'll...
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Steven Adams with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Something has kicked him into gear tonight as he has done work on the offensive end.
Boy, he's been aggressive looking for his shot. Remarkable effort on the offensive end in that first half.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. So on the floor for Utah. Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. Joe Ingles is out there at Bogdanovich. And it's Gobert in at the center, locking down the middle. And then Mitchell with the dunk.
No, this is where the freakish length of Rudy Gobert, so effective at reaching in and prying the ball away from the opposition.
Here's Dort. There's the dish to Adams. Ingles with the rebound. And so Gobert will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. It's a one-point game.
Well, if you want to pinpoint one thing about Mike Conley, it's his feel for the game. That's a pretty pass.
Stolen by Mitchell. And here comes the break. And it's Conley that time on the assist by Mitchell. Conley's got 9 points.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Here's Dort. Covered by Mitchell. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Adams. Count it. Good. We know how important the draft is, Greg. It can shape an organization. Talk about some of the best draft day deals of the last couple decades. There have been a lot of them.
There have been a few. I mean, just coming to mind here recently, how about when Kawhi was traded to the Spurs? That was a huge get. Go back
George
to, how
Hill.
about Kobe going to the Lakers? McHale and Parrish coming to the Celtics. I mean, we've seen that happen quite a bit, and I tell you what, boy, it can really transform a franchise's future.
So many NBA players will tell you Steven Adams is the strongest guy in the league, and he gets after it off the glass.
And now this game's taken on a whole new feel since halftime.
What energy we're seeing. Something has lit a fire under both of these teams.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Inside and taken away by Paul. And now a fast break for the Thunder. Gallinari running. Gobert with the block.
Let's remember that the 7-foot frame includes a 7'9" wingspan. Rudy Gobert, the Stifle Tower, doing work.
Bradley's checked in for Bogdanovich. Ferguson's checked in for the Thunder. Dennis Schroeder comes in for Paul. Defense doesn't get much better than the mobile one block we just saw on replay.
And guys, that's about...
Oh my goodness! What a play!
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. For the Thunder, Nerlens Noel checks in for Adams. Muscala comes in for Gallinari. And Diallo subbed in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Now, here is Muscala, guarded by Bradley. Here's Noel. Gobert with the block. Mitchell left side. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And we talk a lot about Mitchell's offense, and for a good reason, but the defense is also an area where he's excelled.
Oh, no doubt, Greg. We identify him with the offensive end of the floor because he's carried a burden for the Utah Jazz early in his career. But think about it. He's strong, athletic, long wingspan, excellent instincts. This guy has the potential to be one of the most impactful two-way players in today's NBA.
And it's Conley penetrating. Bradley trying to break free. Mitchell's shot is good. Mitchell's got the lead up to 7 now for Utah.
And defensively, they've gotten a little careless, not playing with the same focus we saw in the first.
Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. And there's another one for the Jazz.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And yes, it's good. Noel's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, 6'11" Nerlens Noel, so efficient down deep, working his magic thanks to that great size.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Bojan Bogdanović was a pro in Europe for a decade before he joined the NBA. The Croatian sharpshooter says, a lot of players who are happy over there, but I wanted to have another challenge, to play against the best in the world. That was the only thing that was important to me. Guys, he's lived up to that promise.
He loves that challenge, and he's having success. D.A., thank you. Here's what Utah's going with right now. Davis is checked in for Bradley. O'Neal comes in for Joe Ingles, and it's Jordan Clarkson in for Donovan Mitchell. 6 to shoot. Schroeder dishes to Noel. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. And Davis throws it down.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. And that one's good. Schroeder.
Wow, look at the way the big man Noel set up his guys, puts the pass in the perfect position, easy shot.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Oh, the lob to Gobert. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Well, the 7-footer Gobert, the alley-oop finish. My goodness, the Stifle Tower with the score.
Good.
Sometimes a player is born with a passer's mindset. He deals it with conviction.
Gobert down low. A jump hook. That misses off the backboard. Donovan Mitchell firing on all cylinders for Utah. He totaled 14 points in the quarter. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver. And he did just that.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. So for Oklahoma City right now, they've got Chris Paul, Muscala is out there with Ferguson. Then there's Dennis Schroeder, and it's Noel in at the 5, roaming the paint.
And a nice spark for their offense here in the second half. Now above 50% for the game.
To the wing right side, and out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession.
That looks like a lack of focus. You've got to question what he was trying to accomplish there.
And the Thunder with some changes. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Mike Muscala. Alinari comes in for Terrence Ferguson. And Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. Oh, the lob to Gobert. It's stolen by Adams. Unhindered, going all the way. And slam dunk by Noel.
Boy, Noel running the floor so quickly, doing his absolute best to beat everyone to the bucket.
Outside, Bogdanovich. And Adams sends it back. And it was not a clean block. Whistle blows and a foul on the defender here. It's a shooting foul, so free throws will be coming up.
And entering the league as a complimentary scorer, Bogdanovich put up 20 points a game last year. That was a career high in the 4th straight year that he improved his scoring average.
And the Thunder making a change here. Dort's checked in. Paul left side. There's the pass to Adams. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Adams. He blocks it again.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle. The Jazz making a switch here. Mitchell's checked in. And another area where Bogdanovich is helping the offense. Greg is doing a better job of creating for others.
I mean, he still has that shoot-first mentality. But now, if he doesn't have a clean look, he's much more willing to make the extra pass. And that makes him just that much more valuable to this team.
Clarkson taking his time here. Takes a 3. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gallinari. Outside, Bogdanovich. To the inside, Gobert. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And Doris, as Gobert has added strength, his rebounding numbers have continued to improve.
That's right, Greg. He's always been a force as a shot block. But over the past 2 seasons, this guy as a rebounder has been top 3 in the league. Last year, he even challenged Andre Drummond for king of the boards. He's got great size, great anticipation, and he plays with passion.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Jazz leading by 10. Mitchell outside. No good on the 3. And Jordan Clarkson is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Tony Bradley's checked in for Utah. And so it's Gallinari with it. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. Paul passes to Adams. It's stolen by Bradley. Down low and taken away by Paul. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. Here's Dort. And with that, the Jazz lead is cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Chris Paul.
Well, you think because of his frame, it would be easy to knock Chris Paul off balance, but this guy has concentration and tenacity. Really good job keeping his focus.
And it's Mitchell missing. The Thunder have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the 4th. A pretty nice efficiency there. That one goes in.
There's an elusivity to Chris Paul's play. He's got the knack to get into the teeth of the defense and make something happen.
A rebound by the Jazz. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Mitchell wide open. Off target with his 3. Thunder trailing by 6. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander.
The pressure that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander can put on a defense with his ability to drive, that quickness just a problem for defenders.
Gilgeous-Alexander hits them both.
Well, consistency is so critical, especially in clutch moments. This guy has got that gene.
The drive by Mitchell. And that one, the coach's challenge has been issued. This game like this, down to the wire, this is what it's for.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Odom.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Billy Donovan talking to his team. He got on his guys about allowing too many paint points. He said, hey, we've got to be scrappy. We've got to be quicker to help, quicker to collapse the lane. You guys know what to do. Now you got to give me the effort. I want to see some nasty. Kevin?
Thanks, David.
Crucial that he converts those shots. They've got to keep eating away at the lead.
Mitchell against Gilgeous-Alexander. Mitchell's shot is good.
You see Donovan Mitchell finding his rhythm. You're in for a long night. He is effortless offensively.
8 feet away. Gobert with the block. Now Clarkson jacks up a three. Gets the three-pointer to fall. And now it's a 9-point Jazz lead.
What a terrific play by just a tremendous all-around player. This guy makes it look easy.
Adams' shot is good.
There's a level of floor awareness that has always been innate to Chris Paul. What a pretty find.
The shot's good.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
No question. They've got hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level. What a terrific pass. Work the ball inside and create a good look for your teammate.
Mitchell against Gilgeous-Alexander. Now, here's Mitchell. Here's Bradley. He kicks it to Gobert. Pass to Clarkson. Shot clock at 5. On the wing, Mitchell. And again, it's the Jazz from deep.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
What an impressive performance, to say the least. At this point, it looks insurmountable.
20 seconds left in the game. Well, for the Jazz, they can just run out the clock. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll...
Hey, it's Brian again, and I'm here to break down everything that's going on in my team. Right now, the NBA Finals packs are in full swing, and it's time to pick up some heavyweight cards. This is your chance to snag a Diamond Mag.
The Thunder look like they're not messing around tonight. And a little bit of an edge.
Kevin, good evening.
Knows it very well, D.A. Thank you so much. So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Paul out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Dort in at the 3 spot. And for the Timberwolves, Russell is out there with Beasley. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Hernan Gomez in at the power forward. Paul for 3. The shot will not fall. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way.
And Paul played in his 10th NBA All-Star game last year after having missed the event 3 years in a row.
And some of that could have been health, and then obviously some of it was fit with other teams. But this Thunder offense has really played to Chris Paul's strengths and working through a ton of options, sometimes playing deep into the shot clock. Again, highly efficient and one of the best mid-range players, and then working alongside Steven Adams. This has been a bit of a symphony here.
Ball against Beasley. The tray.
Russell affected that shot. He used his length and some effort on defense that time.
He dishes it to Beasley. Passes it to Okogie. He feeds it to Towns. Some solid D from Paul.
Yeah, better than giving up the layup. You want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive attitude defensively. One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
No good from Hernan Gomez. The Thunder have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Paul passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Good, and Paul gets the assist.
This is why you love Chris Paul running your offense. Just move without the ball, find some space, and the ball will find you.
It's stolen by Adams. The finish. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Hernan Gomez passes to Towns. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Makes it off the glass. 6 points for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Minnesota again turning it over. Oklahoma City's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Paul for 3. The rebound by the Timberwolves. It's a 6-point game. Here's Russell. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Well, Gallinari does such a great job of recognizing the floor space, and that time, credit him with the assist.
Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and he goes in for the dunk.
When you find yourself up double digits in the first quarter, you know you're doing something right.
Well, dominant so far. That's the responsibility of the starters. Now let's see if everybody else who plays in this game makes the same kind of high-level contributions.
Gallinari finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Beasley with the rebound. Timberwolves trail by 10. Here's Okogie. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. And so it's Gallinari with it. They'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. Now the superstar players always get the headlines, but you need more great role players, it seems, as you look at the history of champions, to win. So that being said, Greg, what kind of role players do you look for?
You know, Kevin, it starts on your best player, and I think you go from there. Obviously, in today's game, spot-up shooting is critically important, and then you got to factor in versatility. You need guys that can guard multiple positions, that give you some rim protection, but obviously that can also shoot the basketball. And I think it's critical having that instant offense guy coming off the bench as well to, when your team's in a bit of a funk, somebody you can trust to kind of light a fire.
Good point.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add 2 ingredients. One would be playing smart, the other one playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was. Not getting old here, seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
Here's Adams, and a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
And here is Paul. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And now the fast break. Gallinari with the ball.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
Well, how good have they been on the inside tonight, just getting down into the painted area and just dominating, controlling that spot. That's excellent. Get the ball down deep inside and cash in on a simple basket.
Pass to Dort. To the paint. Out to Gallinari. Paul outside. Inside. And Adams gets it to go down on the assist by Paul. Adams has got 6.
And a lot of times Adams only looks to shoot from that area on the floor. Really knows the limitations in his range.
And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead. And if you're wondering whether players watch the standings,
One thing we have to do is stop comparing ourselves to last.
You know, Greg, he makes a great point. Even when you have mostly the same guys, every season is different.
And if you're a coach, it'll give you gray hairs trying to preach that to your players. Many guys don't believe it until they're in it and then have to dig themselves out of a hole.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a very convincing performance from the Thunder so far.
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Hey, you don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan.
On the floor for Oklahoma City, getting going here in the second quarter. Diallo out there with Dennis Schroeder. Then there's Nerlens Noel, and then there's Steven Adams, and it's Ferguson in at the 3 spot. Diallo, that one doesn't go. And Minnesota now the other way. And we know GA's shooting is a question mark for Jarrett Culver.
A long windup, a little hitch in his giddy up, and shoots it kind of on the way down. He's reworked his motion. I like the high release, but it's still a work in progress.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Muscala's checked in. Schroeder, an easy 2 points on the layup.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Timberwolves trail by 20. Johnson inside. He's covered by Muscala. Johnson can't get it to go. The Thunder have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And remember, an early part of the process in Philadelphia, it's taken Noel a little time to define his role in the league.
The length and athleticism is just something that you can't teach, and that keeps people intrigued about Nerlens Noel. His skill set continues to be a work in progress, but there's been some signs of a turn for Noel now.
The Thunder leading by 22. Here's Diallo. Oh, that was huge!
Incredible. That is not possible. What we just, is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said. Culver passes to Reed. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Thunder have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Ferguson's shot is good.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
The Timberwolves have gone an abysmal 0 of 6 from the field since the second quarter began.
Noel in there to intimidate and does so there.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
Frustration seems to be mounting here, and you can see not just in their faces, but right now in their quick and hurried shot selection.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Minnesota's gone 0 of 2 from deep here in the second. Out to the right wing, to the middle, and so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Johnson. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Dennis Schroeder.
Really like how James Johnson plays his role, so expanded here within the team set. Knows he's out there to space the floor, bring some physicality, and is going to have some opportunities to make some plays with the ball in his hands.
Karl Anthony Towns checked in for the Timberwolves. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's checked in for Oklahoma City. Here's Noel. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Noel. Here's Noel. No points in the game yet for him.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
And the rejection by Towns.
And his foot movement is what makes Towns such a terrific shot blocker. He moves so well and can defend just about any position on the floor.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
To the inside, Culver. The Thunder pull it in.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Towns with the steal. Here's Culver. It's deflected.
Nice job, SGA, coming in and using that long, athletic wingspan.
And he uses both hands to jam it in.
And he might be small for a center, but boy, can he jump out of the building.
And the Timberwolves with possession. Towns and the rejection by Noel. To the middle. Muscala. The pass to Schroeder. Bucket is good.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
That one's off. Still out of sync. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 8 of 11 from the field in the second quarter. Really flowing here. Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
What a performance on the offensive end. He's making the defenders pay right now for all of the mistakes they're making.
Good on the shot.
How about the recognition from Culver? Terrific at realizing when the defense has broken down.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. The 3. Karl Anthony Towns with the rebound. Towns has got 4 rebounds in this game. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. It's stolen by Schroeder. And the Thunder pushing it up now. Goes up on the wing, and the jumper is good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 18 points in the game.
These are the type of games for Gilgeous-Alexander where the promise of his future looks incredibly bright.
And that one drops. 7 seconds left in the first half of the game. Schroeder outside with 2 seconds left. That one no good.
Defense better tight.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander led the way in the first half. He had 18 points, 2 rebounds, and 1. And that should do it.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Greg, if you're a small market team, how do you convince stars that you've drafted and developed to stay and re-sign?
It's a great question, Kevin. I actually think in a lot of ways it's easier today because you can be box office. You can be a superstar in a small market and have the name recognition because of the era we play in. And so I think the biggest way to keep them there is to build a championship caliber team around them. I think that is your saving grace. If you can prove to them that you can build a championship caliber team, I don't really think that there is a reason to want to leave.
It's a solid blueprint. They've got Karl Anthony Towns, Malik Beasley out there with D'Angelo Russell, and it's Hernan Gomez in at the power forward. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Offensive rebound, Adams. Oklahoma City moving it around. Tips it, and it's Adams on the follow. He's got 8.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
It's rebounded by Towns.
But still, eventually you got to feel like he'll start knocking those down again. And, you know, we talk a lot about Paul as a leader on and off the court. Was elected president of the Players Association back in 2013, re-elected for a 4-year term in 2017. People simply trust his point of view.
And it's Gallinari missing. The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. Here's Beasley, and he uses the glass on the layup. Beasley's got 6.
Well, for a guy who does a lot of his work on the perimeter, Beasley gets into the painted area.
Well, we know for Chris Paul, Greg, it's nothing new to lead, but on Oklahoma City last year, he had to do it without being surrounded by superstars.
You know, that's okay. Paul's a guy who wants to set the table. You have to have the ball to do that, and he's at his best when directing traffic and making his teammates better.
And so he hits the technical free throw.
It's funny how much Chris Paul is showing so much nuance that he has as he's aged in this game. Just an unequaled and unmatched intelligence from the point guard position.
Minnesota making a switch here. Reed's checked in, and Oklahoma City also making a switch. Diallo's checked in.
And Steven Adams just a wrecking ball down there with his size and strength on the offensive glass.
It's stolen by Adams. And pushing it up here. Here is Oklahoma City. A shot by Paul. Nobody around. Cans the shot with nobody near him.
Changing ends quickly, getting the advantage in numbers and finishing. They've been doing it all night long.
Yeah, their energy level's been amazing. Battery bar still full, hustling and still working hard out there.
Back to Adams. Pass to Dort. Gallinari wide open. They get it again. Looks for Paul. Gets it to him. The pass to Dort. Back to Gallinari. Takes the 3. No good. Shot missing. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way.
And he's trying to shoot his way out of it. You know, they have the lead, but honestly, I think it might help if he be a little bit more selective tonight.
Yeah, the body language right now is not looking good for this basketball team. The game might be out of reach, but they have to avoid mistakes like that.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Johnson comes in for Hernan Gomez. And Culver's subbed in for Josh Okogie. And that one is good by Beasley. Beasley's got 8 here in the quarter.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
From deep, Gallinari. But they recover it. And Adams kicks to Gallinari. That 3 off the mark.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
Gallinari with the steal. And Paul with a clear path to the hoop. From deep. Oklahoma City the rebound. Culver with the steal. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Russell's running. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
D'Angelo forcing the issue right there, trying to find a way to draw contact.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And converted more than 4 out of every 5 free throw attempts last year. So just solid at the line.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Noel's checked in for Steven Adams. Mike Muscala comes in for Gallinari. And Ferguson subbed in for Chris Paul. Ferguson for 3 to the left wing. Here's Muscala. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. The Timberwolves have gone as spotless. 6 of 6 from the field since taking the court here in the second half. Back to Johnson. Schroeder with the ball. He's picked up by Russell. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. And Muscala has it in the corner. No good. And they can't put an end to this drought. Here's the lob to the hoop. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Inside. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's Oklahoma City ahead by 26 points as we get ready for the break. Their defense has been active and let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. So the Thunder 5 right now. We've got Ferguson, and it's Muscala in at the 5, roaming the paint. Ferguson for 3. The shot, no good.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
Here's Vanderbilt. Burton grabs the miss.
Now, there's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
The Thunder with another miss. Minnesota shooting about 33%. Not happy with their play on that end. Evans goes in, and it's blocked. They recover it, and they're able to recover. They get it back. Passes it to Noel. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Here's Spellman. Pass to Noel. 5 on the clock. They shoot again. With the clock winding down. Pass to Nader. Here's Baisley, covered by Evans, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
A three-pointer, no good.
Maybe a time to rest him right now. Just give him a bit of a breather. Try to help him get back on track. 2 teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
For Oklahoma City, they've gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the 1 make. Nader's shot's good. Your son, Cole Gregg, was one of the top high school players in America. A lot of services had him number 1. Talk about what it was like going through the recruiting process as a dad.
You know, it was fun for the most part because he really kind of kept everything in perspective. And the teams we dealt with, the schools we dealt with, man, they were all top-notch. So that process, about as enjoyable as one could ask for. But at the same time, it's still stressful, man. That's still your little guy getting ready to head off to college.
Well, you're a dad and a proud one at that. Here's Spellman. And the pass to Vanderbilt. Tipped away. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
The first one falls. Culver's checked in for the Timberwolves. And then for Oklahoma City, Dortz checked in, and Paul subbed in for Terrence Ferguson. And here are the Timberwolves. Passes to Culver. Here's Spellman. We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in. Can't hit from in close. Here's Dort. Covered by Evans. Back to Paul. Puts up a 3. And no good that time.
And, you know, he's a threat from deep, no doubt about it, but it just has not been there for him tonight. You might want to change your game plan a little bit offensively.
And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
And that is just a deflating error on his part.
Yeah, he knows he shouldn't have made it, and that's just really overall a frustrating sequence that hopefully doesn't stick with him.
1:31 left in the fourth quarter.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
Here's Nader. Fires from deep.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Thunder.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the board.
They made the most of those extra rebounds as well, Kevin.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Steven Adams.
He affected the game so much with the way he was able to come out and get steals and extra possessions for his team.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And a former high-level recruit, Dort went undrafted, but it didn't take him long to make an NBA team and contribute.
Yeah, he played around 20 minutes a game last year for OKC, and he just really prided himself on bringing toughness and defense on a nightly basis. Trust me, there's plenty of other guys on that roster who can do the scoring job, so he settled in nicely and continues to work on being more consistent offensively.
Paul for three. The shot comes out.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts, but otherwise the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go, and you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
Down low, here's Baisley, and a great assist by Paul as that one goes in.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that food tastes good on the way out of town.
And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Paul outside. It's off. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
you're going to want these cards in your lineup. In other My Team news, this weekend will feature the final limited event for Season 1, One Will Rise. Fill your lineup with NBA champions and go get your final ring of the season. And of course,
Downtown Phoenix on a bright and let's go straight.
Well, Kevin, Devin Booker.
Special talent indeed. David, thank you. So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Chris Paul. And it's Dort in at the small forward position. And for the Suns, Rubio and Booker. They're the backcourt. Johnson is out there with Kelly Oubre. And it's Ayton in at the center. Now here's Booker. Up top, Rubio. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Paul. Rubio, the pass to Ayton. Can't cash in on the 10-foot jumper. Boy, that was a momentum killer to start last season, wasn't it, Greg? 25-game suspension for DeAndre Ayton.
And he sprained his ankle in his return game. The Suns at full strength, able to win some games. He's obviously a huge part of their future.
Greg, we've got two terrific highlight-making teams, both athletic in so many ways.
You know, it makes me harken all the way back to college, and one of my teammates, Stacey Ogden, one of the greatest athletes I ever played alongside. But we're going to see a lot of his impact in tonight's game.
Now here's Booker. Ayton inside. Adams on him. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. And they're moving it up. Here's Dort. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
This guy is such an attentive defender. Great anticipation by Gilgeous-Alexander.
No good from Booker. And Adams has got the ball here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Stolen by Rubio. All by himself. Again, the miss by Booker.
Well, it can't get worse than this. 0 for 4 to start.
Oh, the lob to Gallinari. Hammers the alley-oop through.
There's a level of floor awareness that has always been innate to Chris Paul. What a pretty find.
Rubio dishes to Booker. Back to Rubio. Chris Paul grabs the miss.
Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one going.
Ayton. That shot off. Adams, some nice D. And here's the fast break. Gallinari leading the way. Here's Dort. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Dort's got his second bucket of the game to go. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Rubio against Paul. Gallinari with the steal. Oh, and here comes Gilgeous-Alexander all alone.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten.
And Dort gets it to go. Dort's got 6 points.
And getting out in transition has been a big part of this run that they're on.
Kicks it out to Johnson. Oh, Ayton in position. And Phoenix with another turnover here. Nothing yet up on the scoreboard for them. Sharch has checked in for Johnson. Terrence Ferguson's checked in for Oklahoma City. Dennis Schroeder comes in for Chris Paul. Here's Schroeder, and it's denied.
Oh, Dario Saric sends it back. Go ahead, sir.
Here's Booker. Up and in, it's good. First basket of the game for him. 1 for 4 shooting.
And that ends the struggle. You could feel the tensions in the building with each miss.
And you've got to be able to show some resiliency, right? Keep pounding away, and it finally falls for you.
Gallinari finds Adams.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip. And guys are making their shots. That's critical.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Now, here is Gallinari. Now the pass to Ferguson. It's good.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Suns trail by 12. Rubio, the pass to Ayton. Saric in the corner. Here's Rubio. That one good for 2.
How about the effort by Rubio on that play, fighting his way through contact?
Schroeder passes to Ferguson. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. The drive by Booker. Lays it up off the glass. Booker's got it back down to single digits for the Suns.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
Here's Adams. That one's off. He's now 1 for 2. The Suns have gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. Oubre dishes to Rubio. Kicks it out to Booker. The putback, and Booker able to finish. Booker's got 6 points.
Well, it's encouraging to me that Devin Booker is willing to mix it up on the glass. How about that offensive board? Pretty.
Molinari passes to Ferguson to the paint. 4 seconds left. Adams' shot is off.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop him, and that's never an easy task.
And so it's Oklahoma City with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. What stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
They just came into this game with the mindset of sharing the basketball.
When you keep everyone involved at the offensive end, it keeps everyone engaged in other areas as well.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So the Thunder 5 right now. We've got Ferguson. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Diallo. Then it's Mike Muscala. And it's Noel in at the 5 roaming the paint. Here's Schroeder. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
The Thunder leading by 6.
And Doris, Mikal Bridges, how about 2 national titles in the 3 seasons at Villanova? Got better each and every year.
And think about in his junior season, he becomes one of only 8 major conference players in college basketball history to average 1 block and 1.5 steals while also shooting over 40% from 3-point range. Boy, that is the perfect resume for a 3-and-D wing.
And Noel kicks to Diallo. And here is Muscala. Pass to Ferguson. Now the feed to Noel. And slam dunk by Noel.
And that's an example of his athleticism, right? Nerlens Noel, the ability to leap up and ram it home.
Jerome, good.
They are just killing him on the interior.
And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They've held a 12-point lead earlier.
Well, that possession to me highlights the importance of creating for your teammates.
Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Carter down low. He's guarded by Diallo. Here's Bridges. Dishes to Baines. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Johnson, he's checked in for the Suns. And then for Oklahoma City, Dort's checked in. And it's Paul in for Dennis Schroeder. Paul with the ball. Kaminsky's there. Paul left side. Pass to Dort. 5 to shoot. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Here's Diallo. That 3 off target. Had some space there after the little pump fake. Here's Carter. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
Paul passes to Diallo. Good D by Johnson. Suns trail by 6. That drive by Carter. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play. Flattening the lottery odds, Greg. Do you think that's worked out as intended?
You don't hear as many predictions about who's going to get the one pick or the second pick. I think that's good for the players and the fans. You don't want anyone rooting for you to lose.
No, absolutely not. To the inside. And Booker kicks to Sharch. On the wing, Booker. He's got 6. Gilgeous-Alexander against Baines. Carter left side.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Here's Dort. Pass to Muscala. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. And slam dunk by Noel.
And he might be small for a center, but boy, can he jump out of the building.
And it's Carter missing.
Well, this has not been a quarter to remember for this guy. He looks completely flustered.
There's the pass to Muscala. Back to Paul. 1:19 left now here in the second. And slam dunk by Noel.
Have to love the ball distribution. Keep everyone involved.
Booker looking around. Makes the shot. Basket number 4 this game. Brings him up to 4 for 9.
Well, he can do this now. Booker is not just a spot-up shooter. Very good with the ball in his hands.
Sharch passes to Baines. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. He lobs it up. Pass to Muscala. Right wing. Here's Dort. Up and in on the layup. Dort's got 8.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
And that one, good.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
The Thunder leading by 5. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And Noel kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. The Thunder shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. A big group substitution here for Phoenix. Andre Ayton's checked in for Aaron Baines. Bridges comes in for Sharch. Oubre's checked in for Johnson. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Carter. Rubio outside. To the middle. Here's Bridges. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio.
Well, Ricky Rubio has defined point guard vision. He can see the floor so beautifully.
From 11 feet away, tips it up, and that concludes the first half. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basket. From the get-go, it was Oklahoma City who came out strong, looking absolutely. And that.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. The Thunder leading by 6. Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. Andre Ayton out there with Johnson. And it's Oubre in at the 3 slot. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Monty Williams. And Ayton throws it down.
What a connection DeAndre Ayton has with his guys. Great timing on the alley-oop. You know, you think back to DeAndre Ayton's college career, he demonstrated three-point range. And while he's eager to show that in the NBA, the Suns want him to attack the rim.
Oubre shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And Monty Williams said offensively, Ayton's got to be 80% beast, 20% shooter.
The reason they say that, Greg, is they want him to exploit the elite physical tools he brings to the game. If he can draw more fouls, he can get to the free throw line. And he's such a good shooter there, it only makes sense.
And it's Rubio penetrating, uses the glass to finish the layup.
Boy, hard to shade Rubio defensively. He's always mixing up the moves, stays unpredictable.
Adams' shot is off. And so Ayton will bring it up for the Suns. 4-point game. A nice shot by Booker.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
The finish and transition, nice and easy.
Now here's Oubre. T right on him. Johnson dishes to Ayton. Kicks it out to Booker. Booker draws the double. Just 5 on the clock. Ayton, the pass to Booker. And now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander, the fast break chance. Poked loose. Kicks it out to Paul. Left side, Adams. For the tie, Oubre outside. Now Booker, he's got 10. And Phoenix turns it over again. So both teams changing it up here. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Diallo. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Back to Gallinari. The Thunder with another miss.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Ayton, the pass to Jerome. He kicks to Rubio. It's good. This game is all even. Rubio's got 4 points this quarter.
Boy, you could see their confidence growing. They have reason to believe.
What I love is the heart.
And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
The Suns trailing. Pass to Carter. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. The Thunder have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Ferguson, the pass to Schroeder. He's looking for Noel and finds him. Passes it to Diallo. Over to the left wing. Bridges with the steal. Here's Jerome. Count that one. Jerome's got the lead up to 1 now for Phoenix.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And Muscala kicks it over to Schroeder. Diallo inside. Kaminsky's there. Noel finds Schroeder. They get a hand on it. Lock at 6. Here's Muscala. It doesn't go for him. The Suns go the other way with it. And Carter has it in the corner. And he uses the glass on the layup. And now it's a 3-point Suns lead.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Inside. Noel passes to Ferguson. Here's Diallo. Down low. And Noel throws it down.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. To the right side. Here's Saric. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Suns lead by 3.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
For Oklahoma City, they've gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Ferguson to the middle. And that one's good. Noel's got 12 points in the game.
Well, 6'11" Nerlens Noel, so efficient down deep, working his magic thanks to that great size.
Here's Jerome. He's guarded by Schroeder. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. Here's Diallo. A slam dunk by Diallo.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
You know, guys, that's the selfless attitude of Mikal Bridges, so willing to give it up to an open guy.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Suns lead by 1. And we'll have the start of the 4th. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the 4th quarter could have even more action in store for us. And Oklahoma City, looking who they've got to start the 4th quarter. Schroeder and Gilgeous-Alexander, they're up in the backcourt. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. And it's Ferguson in at the 3 spot.
Well, Steven Adams was a bit raw when he entered the league, but you can see right there how sound he has become as a finisher on the interior.
And Rubio kicks to Booker. And the dunk by Booker.
Go into the rack with energy. And the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage in a close game. Those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
Rubio against Schroeder. And now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander, the fast break champs. That one drops for him. And the Thunder lead by 1.
Well, this is about knowing where to be in these situations, and Gilgeous-Alexander doing a beautiful job getting to the right spot.
Baines with it. Now guarded by Schroeder. Baines passes to Saric. Gallinari with the rebound. And so it's Gallinari with it. They'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They've held a 12-point lead early. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Adams. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Inside, just 5 to shoot. Basket counts. Ferguson's got 4 points in the quarter.
What a pretty pass from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's capable as a scorer, but finds his teammate there.
Here's Booker, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And basketball in the blood for Devin Booker. I mean, his father, Melvin, started at the University of Missouri and played pro ball. Started in high school. Devin trained with his father, trying to follow his path.
So for the Suns, Andre Ayton's checked in for Aaron Baines. Johnson comes in for Saric. And Kelly Oubre subbed in for Mikal Bridges. Then for the Thunder, Dort's checked in. And Paul subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. And we know the story, Booker moving from Michigan to Mississippi to live with his father and develop his skills.
And 4:30 a.m. alarms to train on the beach before the summer sun, getting to practice 2 hours early and staying late. Booker, not a freak athlete, so he had to work harder and drill the fundamentals.
And Dort gets it to go.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Booker. Here's Ayton. Good. A nice assist from Booker.
DeAndre Ayton with a big-time shot. Go ahead, young sir.
And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in the corner. The feed to Adams. Oklahoma City moving it around. Paul, no one around him. Offline with his 3. Suns trail by 3. The drive by Booker over Gallinari. A nice shot by Booker. Booker's got 6 in the quarter.
Devin Booker with the big shot. He may be young, but he's got big-time game.
And Ricky Rubio gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Shot from the inbound. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Ayton's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And Adams with the slam.
Calm, cool, collected under pressure. Steven Adams, no problem.
Rubio dishes to Ayton. And he converts the layup.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Boy, when it's this close, you try not to give up these kinds of buckets. Boy, you got to do better defensively.
And it's stolen by Ricky Rubio. On the wing, Booker to take the lead. And it's good on the way in. Booker's got 10 points in just the second half.
Yeah, that's a case where big enough to absorb the contact, steady enough to finish through it. Booker is the real deal.
It's the first that ties the game up. And so both free throws good that time, and that puts him ahead.
You get the sense this guy relishes getting to the free throw line in these tough moments. You talk about clutch, this guy is it.
Booker the pass to Ayton. Back to Booker. And the pass to Ayton. And Ayton throws it down.
But DeAndre Ayton is engaged, he's focused, and he delivers a clutch bucket.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Dort. Got it!
And that one sends the bench into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together, everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Rubio.
Wow, what a time for a turnover. Shows you just how key one play can be.
Thunder have gone 8 of 10 from the field here in the fourth quarter. Really getting it done. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Gallinari. Here's Adams. Yes!
Well, Gallinari a scorer at heart, but how about the unselfishness? Perfectly sets up his open teammate.
In the corner, it's Oubre. From outside the arc. That one, no good. And it's Oklahoma City the other way. They've held a 12-point lead early. To the paint. Out to Gallinari. Back to Adams. It counts.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
This is a textbook example of playing the possession and not the score. This team is doing a great job continuing to execute.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Dort, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
Well, you can see the excitement with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, so young and yet so gifted as a passer.
So it's Oklahoma City picking up the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony.
course, locker codes. You know I'm always looking out for the community. Enter these codes and get ready for Friday, because that's when Season 2 in My Team will drop. And that's going to come with all new rewards and features. That's all for this week. I'll see you next time.
Up next. Hi, thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports. DA, it's
Kevin, thank you very much.
Thanks, David. That's David Aldridge, our NBA Hall of Famer. And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Mitchell is the 2 with Ingles at the 3. Rudy Gobert is out there with Bogdanovich. And it's Conley in at the point. And for the Thunder, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Paul out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Dort in at the 3. Mitchell outside. Well, this seems to be a game that could be very tactical, Greg. Both teams relying on execution in the half court.
And Kevin, you're going to see a lot of ball movement and body movement, and you can't just stand around and watch one guy go to work. I think that puts so much pressure on the defense with how the game is played.
And an emphasis on coaching, too.
Yes.
So the Utah Jazz able to put the first points up on the board. Just 5 on the clock. Kicks it out to Paul. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Adams' shot is good.
With the basketball in hand, no one is more patient than Paul. Waits for his man to break free.
Conley against Paul. Conley, the pass to Mitchell, and taken away by Paul. And now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander, the fast break champs.
What's impressive about Shea when he's running full speed is still completely under control.
And it's Mitchell missing.
I mean, you won't see this too often. Getting denied at the rim, he's likely to remember that one.
And when you talk about certain players having that it factor, Donovan Mitchell fits that bill.
He does. Confident in his approach, GA. Fearless on his attack. Donovan Mitchell is one of those guys who can go off for 50 if you let him get into rhythm. As long as he's in Utah, that team will remain competitive.
And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. Paul passes to Dort. Back to Paul. Here's Dort. Paul dishes to Adams. Good, and Paul gets the assist.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Here's Mitchell. Pass to Gobert. Can they get it? And slam dunk by Gobert.
That time, a lot of young guys would have jacked up a shot. Patience. Man flashes open. Mitchell delivers the basketball on time.
Out to Conley. Nice ball movement by Utah. Adams against Gobert. Banked in off the glass. 6 points for Rudy Gobert.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Jazz have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. The drive by hammering it in.
What you love about Donovan Mitchell, not only does he explode into his moves, he finishes with authority.
And so it's Bogdanovich who brings up the ball for the Utah Jazz. That's good for Mitchell on the assist from Bogdanovich.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
And a new group in here for the Thunder. Nerlens Noel checks in for Adams. Mike Muscala comes in for Gallinari. Terrence Ferguson's checked in for Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Chris Paul. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Ed Davis is checked in for Gobert. O'Neal comes in for Joe Ingles. Clarkson, he's checked in for Donovan Mitchell. And it's Moutier in for Mike Conley. 4 on the clock. O'Neal kept alive.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Muscala, one up, one down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Out to the right wing. O'Neal kicks to Bogdanovich. Passes to Clarkson. In the corner, O'Neal with it. And the dunk by O'Neal.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. Here's Schroeder. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
I'll tell you, Schroeder's a tough kid. You see the added strength. We'll see if he can complete the and one.
Diallo, he's checked in for the Thunder. .55 seconds left to play in the first. Now, Moutier. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And the rejection by Noel. And the call will be against Emmanuel Moutier. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Dennis Schroeder, the 17th overall pick in 2013 out of Germany. He's got a flair you don't associate with European players. Money from the stripe. He does a great job night in and night out.
O'Neal passes to Bogdanovich. Kicks to Clarkson from past the arc. Rebound by Muscala. Oklahoma City leading by 3. On up the court.
There's a certain electricity to Schroeder's game. This time with the statement finish.
Jazz have gone 7 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Now here's Moutier. Here's Clarkson. Here's Davis, and the rejection by Noel. No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. And always interesting to hear from Donovan Mitchell, who recently spoke about...
Everybody had their expectations of what we...
And you know, Greg, Mitchell's going to be right in the middle of it, leading the way.
And on top of everything else he does, he's elite at getting his own shot. We've seen him carry this team offensively at times. Boy, he is special.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Thunder, guys.
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
And that has helped them build an advantage here, playing with good focus and good energy.
Noel is out there with Mike Muscala. Then there's Dennis Schroeder, and it's Diallo in at the shooting guard position. That's the group for Oklahoma City getting going here in the second.
I mean, not only does Bogdanovich stretch the floor, but he can really stretch it from beyond 30 feet.
Greg, he is blessed with incredible range and a quick trigger, might I add. You have to stay connected to Bogdanovich defensively because he can go on scoring tears where there's just no stopping him.
And the thing that stood out...
And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, Mike Conley is a 3-time Sportsmanship Award winner. He's also won the Teammate Award. And he's never been assessed a technical foul at any level of basketball. Now, some ask if going easy on the refs costs him calls down the road. The coach Quinn Snyder said, it's hard to imagine that handling yourself with poise and respect can ever be a negative. Guys?
Well said. Thanks, David. And here is Adams following the three-pointer by Donovan Mitchell. Second chance shot. And Gallinari kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Ball's knocked loose. He had stolen by Ingles. Fast break. Here come the Jazz. And there's Mitchell. That's good on the assist from Conley. Mitchell's got the lead up to 2 now for Utah. Paul looking over the floor. Back to Adams. Gallinari on the wing. Paul with the ball. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Adams' shot is off. Jazz have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. It's deflected. Paul, right side. Adams, the pass to Paul. Great talkers over the years, trash talkers on the floor in this league. You think they do it more to get themselves going, Greg, or do they do it with the purpose of getting under their opponent's skin?
And Kevin, that's a great question. And believe it or not, you see both. I've seen guys who do it to get under your skin, but I've also seen guys that do it for their own benefit. That's how they derive their confidence. And so it's about you figuring out what works for you. I've seen some guys, they don't say smack. They don't say a word during the course of the game, but they will cut your heart out. So it's just about what fits your personality in terms of making you play your best.
I'm glad you don't trash talk here on 2K, Greg. I'll tell you that.
No, we don't do that.
Now, here's Mitchell. Steven Adams unable to get his last shot to go.
Pushing the action, Donovan Mitchell has an innate ability to make people foul him.
The Jazz shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Paul. And Utah also making a switch. O'Neal's checked in.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
All you see is a lot of frustration. Someone needs to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
And it's Utah's ball. It's been 13 unanswered points for him.
And there's a lot of talk about Gobert's rim protection, but his rebounding is every bit as important on the defensive end.
Yeah, that's finishing off defense. Once you force them to miss, you don't want to allow second chance opportunities. Rudy Gobert averaged over 10 defensive boards a game last year. That was the best numbers of his career and top 3 in the league.
Now, here's Mitchell. 10-point lead. This is their biggest.
If you're the defense, not much you can do. Donovan Mitchell had his mind made up. Bad intentions.
And with that much needed basket, he finally ends that 17-0 run by the Jazz.
Jazz have gone 7 of 11 from the field in the second quarter. Here's Mitchell. No good with the triple. And so it's Gallinari with it. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. Gobert with the block.
And that's one of Gobert's specialties, a shot-blocking master.
And Adams with the slam.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. The drive by Mitchell. Second shot opportunity, and the shot goes in from Rudy Gobert. Gobert's got 8.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Kicks it out to Schroeder. Here's Adams. Gobert with the block. Donovan Mitchell firing on all cylinders for Utah.
Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie. Donovan Mitchell was on fire in the first half. He ended up with 19 points. Look at the history of the Utah Jazz. And that should do it with
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. It's been one outstanding game from Donovan Mitchell.
That first half looked like a dunk contest mixtape. Was just destroying the rim.
And these weren't just putbacks and alley-oops. He was roaring to the rim and finishing.
Checking out the group for Quinn Snyder to start the second half. Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. Bogdanovich out there with Joe Ingles. And it's Gobert in at the center position. And it's Mitchell missing.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him. Boom, up high and down hard with that one-hander.
He got a little extra forceful. You're right with that one. Here's Mitchell. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Fast break. Here they come. From 18 feet away. Offensive rebound. And with that shot, the Jazz lead is cut down now to just 6 in the basket from Adams.
They have to put a body on Adams. He's too good of an offensive rebounder to not pay attention.
And here again, the Thunder in transition. Up the court they go. Here's Dort. Dishes at the ball. Onari with it. Now guarded by Bogdanovich. Here's Dort. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Dort's got 8.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Mitchell outside. Here's Gobert, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for the Jazz. Thunder trailing by 4. To the inside. Noel finds Gallinari. Back to Noel. It's stolen by Gobert. And it's Conley penetrating. That's tipped. Ball against Clarkson. It's good. Paul's got his first 2 points.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal for the tie, and the layup is good. And that'll tie this game up.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Clarkson dishes to Gobert. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Right there, it's who wants the basketball the most, and it's Joe Ingles creating the extra possession.
Paul kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Noel against Gobert. Paul passes to Noel. Down to 5 on the shot clock. They get it back. Pass to Ferguson. And a wide open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Bogdanovich with it. Now guarded by Noel. And stolen by Noel. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. Paul passes to Gallinari. Knocks it loose. And it's out of bounds. The Thunder able to retain possession. A different look for Oklahoma City. Muscala, he's checked in for Gallinari. Diallo comes in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Chris Paul. Utah also making some changes. Bryce O'Neal comes in for Joe Ingles. And Emmanuel Mudiay subbed in for Mike Conley. And stolen by Noel. Diallo no good. For Utah, they've gone only 1 of 6 from the field in the third quarter. Not how they pictured the half started. And there's the pass to Mudiay. Back to Clarkson. Bogdanovich inside. He's covered by Muscala. Scooped up. Out of bounds. Oklahoma City takes possession. And here are the Thunder now. They've outscored them 10 points to 2 during this run. Schroeder dishes to Noel. Pass to Diallo. Oklahoma City moving it around. Muscala misses.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Here's O'Neal. It's hauled in by Diallo. Oklahoma City trailing. Knocked away. Clarkson kicks to O'Neal. Passes it to Gobert. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Continuing to stoke the fire, his shot making has been absolutely superb.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Clearly a foul.
The Thunder have been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department. And the first one at the line is good. Mitchell, he's checked in for Clarkson. Both free throws good from Noel. And so it's Bogdanovich who brings up the ball for the Utah Jazz. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Mitchell's shot is good.
Great job getting it to go after he takes the hit. Mitchell plays with a force every night.
Here's Schroeder, and the layup's good off the glass. Schroeder's got 9.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
No one near Moutier as he lets it go. And it's off from three-point range. And here they come. Diallo the pass to Schroeder. Back to Diallo. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Jazz lead by 2. 2K Sport. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game, and this one, a thing of beauty.
You see why they trust him with the ball in his hands. He can make the simple play, and he can pull off the spectacular.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. We've got Diallo, Mike Muscala out there with Adams. Then there's Dennis Schroeder, and it's Ferguson in at the threesome. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. And the shot goes in from Rudy Gobert.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Here's Muscala, makes it off the glass.
Great job executing the offense. That pass on time and on point.
Outside Bogdanovich. On the wing, Mitchell. And Adams sends it back.
Adams puts every ounce of energy into his defense. He's not out there to contest shots. He's out there to reject them.
Both teams will make substitutions. That evens the score.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
And I love the play call. This is where you get the ball into the hands of your closers, where they can do something with it.
And such a great all-around player for over a decade now. Conley is one of the class acts in our league.
He is, GA, one of the best floor leaders we have. He's completely unselfish. Also, 3-time NBA Sportsmanship Award winner. And in 2019 was named NBA Teammate of the Year.
Mitchell kicks to Gobert. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 5th rebound in this one. The shot's good from Paul.
And that's the one thing about Chris Paul. Once he gets out into transition, very difficult to stop.
Conley scanning the floor. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
Paul passes to Adams. Stolen by Michael Conley. Mitchell dishes to Ingles. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist.
This is the thing about Ingles. He's got the size and the strength to play with physicality.
Mitchell against Gilgeous-Alexander. Mitchell's shot is good. Now it's a 4-point Jazz lead, stolen by Conley. Knocks it loose. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Here's Paul. And it's good, 2 points. Paul's got 4 this quarter.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Mitchell in the corner. And he makes good on the layup. 25 points for Donovan Mitchell.
This just goes with the narrative. Mitchell is a baller, wants to be considered among the best in the game.
Molinari passes to Adams. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert. First free throw is good. The Jazz making a switch here. Bogdanovich is checked in, and so Adams nails both of them. Utah leading. On the wing, Mitchell. Outside, Bogdanovich. And here's Ingles outside. Moves back up. Here's Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
Gobert looking comfortable stepping into the spotlight right now.
Over to the wing. Dort passes to Adams. Molinari down low. He is covered by Bogdanovich. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot two at the free throw line. And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that narrows the lead down to just 3.
He gets them to within one possession, but that miss puts a lot of pressure on their defense.
And here we go with Adams running it up the court. Here's Paul out to Gallinari. Oklahoma City moving it around. Adams against Mitchell. Trying to shoot. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Adams. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Remains calm and collected. Adams refuses to let the moment be too big.
They throw good, Adams.
Yeah, big play on the front end to finish, despite getting hacked there, and big on the back end to hit the free throw.
From the arc, Mitchell's shot is good. Mitchell's got 28.
He lives for moments like this because he wants to be the guy to hit the clutch shot.
Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Paul. Back to Gallinari. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Utah has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Mitchell outside. There's 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And here are the Thunder now. Here's Dort. He's off on that one. Ready by Bogdanovich. The pass to Dort. Paul outside. Gallinari outside. Fires the three. The offensive rebound. Adams. Gallinari finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Misses the three. Conley, the pass to Ingles. From deep three-point range. And so it's Utah who scrapes by with the win. They break the hearts of every fan in the building.
There are so many modes in NBA 2K, it's definitely easy to miss all that's there.
And if you haven't checked out My League or My GM yet, now's the time, because with NBA 2K21, it's all about giving the fans more control.
So we decided to dive into the mode that puts the league in your hands.
In this week's game tips, we're taking a deep dive through all the...
It's almost time for action here in Oklahoma City. And as the Thunder arrived earlier on, they appeared and nothing.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. Chris Paul.
Thank you, D.A. Couple terrific centers in tonight's matchup here, Greg. Great pivots, but center matchups are far from traditional, it seems like, these days.
No doubt about it, Kevin. Once you get into this now small ball mindset, this positionless game, I mean, you're seeing guys as short as P.J. Tucker play the 5 because, listen, when you're 25 feet from the basket, if I'm 6'2" and you're 7'2", I can still guard you. So because of the spacing now, it allows you the luxury to play smaller.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. You've got Russell, also Malik Beasley out there, and it's Okogie in at the 3 spot. And for Oklahoma City, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Chris Paul is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's Dort in at the 3. Here's Russell, and the slam dunk by Russell.
You know, of all the things Okogie does well, his passing tends to get overshadowed at times. I mean, easy to see.
And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
You got to love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And, you know, you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
And you talk post up, face up, you name it. Karl Anthony Towns gets it done.
Yeah, you know what, Greg? He's really molded that versatility into his game. I mean, he can pass it, drive it, shoot. You remember, he won the skills challenge back in 2016. I mean, he's a 7-footer for sure, but he's got guard skills, too.
They get it back. Pass to Hernan Gomez. For 3, Okogie. Thunder with the rebound. Gallinari with it, and that's an intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Pass to Dort. Shot clock at 5, and there's the whistle. 3-second violation. The Timberwolves have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Russell with the bucket.
Well, I think the more Russell looks to score from there, guys, the more dangerous he becomes.
And Dort gets it to go.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a 3-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
Yeah, going hard to the rack, making a statement here early on.
Yeah, that's how he rolls. I mean, intimidate the opponent right now.
And the Thunder making a change here. Ferguson's checked in. Minnesota also making some changes. Johnson, he's checked in for Hernan Gomez. Jake Layman comes in for Josh Okogie. And Culver's subbed in for Malik Beasley. And the dunk by Towns.
Well, you got to respect and admire the focus of Towns. I mean, he just doesn't get rattled. He just stays with it, embraces the challenge, and keeps coming.
Gilgeous-Alexander finds Gallinari. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Adams. slams it down right on top of Karl Anthony Towns.
They know he's looking for him, so it's easy to see why Paul's teammates love him.
Pass to Culver. Deflects the pass. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. Ferguson misses.
You know, sometimes making it difficult for him to finish at the rim is all you can ask for from the defense.
Outside, Russell. Adams against Towns. Johnson dishes to Towns. Kicks it out to Johnson. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. Culver's shot is off. Johnson with it. He's picked up by Paul. Towns, no luck. The Thunder have gone 6 of 8 in the game so far. A very solid start for them. And Adams with the basket on the assist by Paul. Adams has got his second basket of the game. Timberwolves trail by 3. Here's Towns. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. 6 points for Karl Anthony Towns.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
For Oklahoma City, they've gone 7 of 9 from the field. A really nice start offensively for them. Adams' shot is good.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
And a new group in here for the Thunder. Noel's checked in for Adams. Mike Muscala comes in for Gallinari. Diallo, he's checked in for Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Chris Paul. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Johnson's got the ball. And it's blocked. And he recovers it. There's the call on James Johnson. That's his first foul. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 8 of 10 shooting, coming out very strong. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Noel passes to Muscala. Schroeder kicks to Diallo. Second chance shot. Kicks it out to Schroeder. Five on the clock. Here's Noel. The rebound by Johnson.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. Thunder lead by 1. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Oklahoma City. And recently, D'Angelo Russell, Greg, told us about some offseason work.
Man, I picked a lot of people's brains, you know, going into...
Greg doing what he can do to reach that immense potential.
You know, the talent is there. There's never been a question about that, but you also have to be reliable and accountable, both to yourself and to your team. Sounds like that's becoming his focus.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Oklahoma City.
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the opening man and getting some easy baskets.
You know, it also hasn't taken them long to make their mark in the paint. I mean, they're doing a lot of their scoring from in there.
They've got Muscala, Diallo out there with Dennis Schroeder. Then it's Noel. And it's Dort in at the small forward spot. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City.
Better to be lucky than good. That pass was just deflected and not stolen. Dodged a bullet there.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Beasley's checked in. Poked loose. The Thunder with the lead. Here's Noel. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Greg, we know the names of the superstars, but there are players that are just under that category who probably should get a little more recognition.
Hey, Kevin, that's a great point, and I'm going to toot my alma mater's horn a little bit. Christian Wood's a guy that kind of
good one, yes.
Reminds me of that. He's kind of on the come up. How about Devontae Graham, the second rounder back in 2018, but he's showing to be an established young talent in this league, and there are many more guys like that, and they're going to have their opportunity to become household names.
Dort passes to Noel. Here's Dort. Back to Schroeder. He kicks it to Noel. Oklahoma City moving it around. It's good from Schroeder on the assist by Noel. Schroeder's got the lead up to 4 now for the Thunder. The pass to Okogie. Here's Reed. He's covered by Noel. And the rejection by Noel.
Terrific timing by Noel, utilizing his vertical and hand extremely well in terms of how he blocks shots.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Here's Reed. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance. And here we go, coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
No good from Hernan Gomez. The Thunder leading by 4. Here's Dort. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now. 1:56 left here in the second. Shots good by Hernan Gomez. Hernan Gomez has got 6 points.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
And Dort gets it to go.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Here's Okogie. And he overshot that one, missing. Oklahoma City has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter.
And Josh Okogie, a rugged wing defender out of Georgia Tech.
Yeah, and he takes an awful lot of pride in that aspect of his game, Greg. He wants to lock people up. Always active with his hands around the ball.
Here's Reed. He's covered by Noel. Out to the right wing. And stolen by Diallo. Oh, and here comes Schroeder all alone. Finished off the brace. And now it's a 10-point Thunder lead.
Just playing with poise and confidence, and they continue to put points on the board.
Well, I like the way they're playing. A very smart first half. Quality shots, not wasting possession.
The Thunder have gone 8 of 10 from the field here in the second quarter. You've got to like how they've shot the ball. Here's Muscala. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. And the Thunder lead by 12.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint. If you allow them to get that close, you deserve to get scored on.
The Thunder shooting the lights out in this building, 68% from the field. And he gets it to go. He's got 9.
Really starting to find himself now, guys, after getting shut out in the first quarter.
Okogie. And stolen by Diallo. Moving it up. Finished off the break. Dort's got the lead up to 14 now for Oklahoma City.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
And Adams kicks to Ferguson. Gallinari outside. Puts it up from 15. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball. Such a tremendous floor leader. CP3 has been mentioned by many. Man, that's...
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. It's a 14-point game. Checking out the group now for Ryan Saunders to start the second half. We've got Malik Beasley. He's out there with Russell. And it's Hernan Gomez in at the 4 slot.
You know, for a guy with Towns' size, I mean, to have this level of body control, tell you what, it's no wonder the contact didn't bother the shot.
And Torch gets it to go.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
How about that mobile one block we just saw? Amazing defensive work.
Determined to protect the lead with the all-out effort defensively. Superb anticipation on the block. And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
You know what, guys, honestly, I didn't think he'd win that battle. I mean, that's a lot of height to give up.
Here's Beasley. That one's not going to go. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. Pull up Shea. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. And the Thunder lead by 14.
And even though he's a little older, Paul still possesses great speed. Excellent at using that speed in transition.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
And the dunk by Towns.
Yeah, you look at Russell, and one of the things I like most about his game is this guy has great vision and passing ability.
And Adams kicks to Gallinari. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. The Thunder have shot just one free throw earlier, 1 for 1 in the game.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
And the technical free throw is good.
And Chris Paul, very much one of the best and most talented point guards in the league. A really poised floor leader who always is talking and is really an excellent leader, too.
Terrence Ferguson's checked in for the Thunder. Yes, that goes in. Russell's got 4 points now in the quarter.
You know, guys, whenever Russell attacks second chance opportunities like that, it's a big bonus.
A shot by Paul. Nobody around. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
Boy, just not scoring with the efficiency he'd like to. Tough quarter for him.
A nice shot by Culver. Reagan, New York, you obviously played in a number of championship contending teams. What do the Knicks have to do to get back to that feel, that kind of team?
Well, listen, it starts with stability across the board, but mainly that means at the top. And you got to give this new front office, this new regime, an opportunity. I think they got some good young pieces, but title contenders are not in a constant state of flux right now. They've got to take their baby steps here and start moving in the right direction.
Like you say, it does begin in the front office.
On the fast break, D'Angelo gets a good release down court, finishes the job there.
Kicks it to Culver. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. To the right side. Back to Towns. Count that as his 7th field goal in 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Ball finds Adams, and they pick up 2. Adams has got 8 points.
And nothing seems to faze Adams, even when you get physical with him.
It seems like every team, Greg, needs that one enforcer, that one guy who's going to get under opponent's skin.
Well, in one poll of coaches and players, Adams was voted the 2nd dirtiest player in the league. One guy said he's real physical, but maybe he crosses the line. Throws the sneaky elbow here and there, commits extra hard fouls, yet Adams usually escapes foul trouble.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch. And the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
That's it, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Russell.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Fast break, Minnesota. Culver in the corner. Pass to Towns. Poked away. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Here's Paul. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Paul's got 5 points now in the quarter. Paul with the steal. And that's it for the third quarter. Both teams scoring well as we head to the fourth. Oklahoma City out in front, up by 5. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. And the Thunder with the possession here. They've led by as many as 14 points. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Diallo. Then there's Nerlens Noel. Then it's Mike Muscala. And it's Ferguson in at the 3 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Diallo the pass to Noel. And it's Russell with the rebound. Timberwolves trail by 5. To the wing right side. Inside. Pass to Reed. Tower down with both hands.
Just a beautiful read by the former Buckeye Russell. So gifted at making those decisions.
Ferguson. No good that time. Nice D from Russell. Kicks it out to Beasley. Feeds it to Towns. Passes it to Okogie. And he banks in the layup.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
Here's Okogie. Boom, he jams it straight down.
The steal, then right into the fast break. Towns with excellent awareness for his age. Very mature player despite being a young buck.
Diallo kicks it over to Schroeder. To the paint. And slam dunk by Noel. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
Yeah, well, who knows? We might need overtime in this one. It's been that kind of a game. The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
You know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
Juan Hernangomez, he's checked in for Minnesota. And last season, Karl-Anthony Towns shooting over 40% from three-point range with over 8 attempts a game. I mean, Greg, he is in the conversation, don't you think, for best three-point shooting center of all time?
It's amazing, Kevin. His volume of threes is unprecedented for the center position. And it's not just standstill. Catch and shoot triples. He's hitting step backs. He could have that title when it's all said and done.
Here's Dort. He's guarded by Russell. Clock at 4. And there's the defensive 3-second call. And so he hits the technical free throw.
And when Gallinari is healthy, he's such an effective player. I mean, a skilled shooter who really helps to space the floor for his team.
Gilgeous-Alexander's checked in for Ferguson.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
And Beasley, here we go. Got that bucket in no time at all.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight, neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
Fast break, Minnesota. Russell's running. And the basket by Okogie. And now a 3-point Timberwolves lead. And a breakdown here, guys, the hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Something else they've done is force a lot of mistakes defensively. They've been turning those turnovers into points. Man, how about the cool, calm collectedness of Town? Helps them come through when the game gets snug.
He drops the first one, and that brings them within 2. And the Thunder making a switch here. Paul's checked in. All free throws good from Noel.
You know, one of the things I really enjoy is watching guys work on their game, and Noel has done that. Not only in becoming a lockdown post defender, but a dependable scorer, too.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Hey, defense is taking a back burner, secondary on the marquee, but who doesn't love a game like this? Let's go. I like offense.
The pass to Dort. Back to Noel. Right wing. Paul dishes to Noel. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one is on Towns.
And when it comes to the paint, Noel owns it. I mean, he really takes on any defender head on. And as a result, gets a lot of foul calls because of his aggressiveness.
Minnesota in the lead. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Molinari passes to Paul. And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. By Beasley. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. And it's Towns with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They retain possession. And the basket by Okogie. The Thunder have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Beasley with the steal. And pushing it up again is Minnesota. Again in transition. It's good.
He doesn't bleed blood, but he bleeds cold blood ice. Russell tearing hearts out down the stretch.
They grab their own miss. Noel. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Towns with the steal. Here's Okogie, and he slams it one-handed.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial. Tell you what, it's pretty obvious why CP3 is the man they rely on in these big moments. I mean, he's courageous, fearless, and productive.
And that put a hush over the crowd.
Wow, I mean, took these fans out of the game in the blink of an eye.
Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively.
Paul, a good look. Got it! And now they trail by just 4.
Mr. Clutch coming through. Chris Paul in a situation where there are must-have points. He cashes in.
And the shot goes in.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Game on the line. Towns lets nothing stand in his way.
And so the Timberwolves take the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's
all the current gen My League modes in NBA 2K21. Here, you can create your own dynasty with the roster of your dreams.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. We are new.
Hey, Kevin, thanks very much.
They're such a great reflection of their coach. Thanks, DA. So the opening lineup for the Suns. Rubio and Booker. They're the backcourt. Ayton is out there with Johnson. And it's Oubre in at the small forward. And for the Thunder, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Paul. And it's Dort in at the 3 slot. Rubio, and he lays it straight in. Terrific, talented backcourts tonight, Greg. Did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
Johnson down low. Gallinari covering. It's stolen by Adams. Here's Dort, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Chris Paul at his best right there on that kind of play. A legendary distributor who spots the open man.
And Phoenix with another turnover here.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Out of bounds, Phoenix takes possession.
Suns ball.
And so it's Oubre with it. He brings it up for Phoenix. And Ayton throws it down.
And Rubio just waiting for the shooter to get open and then gets the assist.
And Ricky Rubio last season signing a 3-year, $51 million.
And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Rubio, the pass to Ayton. It's deflected.
Well, good work from Gallo there. You forget sometimes at 6'10" that he can come up with those kind of defensive plays.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage. This can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
Booker dishes to Johnson. Pass to Ayton. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
He's firing on all cylinders. Has to be happy with his 4 of 5 shooting from the field so far.
And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Both teams deciding to change it up. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
And the one thing you notice about Gilgeous-Alexander, you know, he sort of glides around the court, then suddenly hit you with that burst.
Well, it's amazing that he has that crafty and uncanny ability, and then he's having some time with Chris Paul, so that's only going to be enhanced as Shea continues to work that change of pace game. And Schroeder did not even have to think twice about that shot. This young man simply devours these chances inside.
Down low, got a piece of it. Carter kicks to Baines. And stolen by Noel. Muscala, the pass to Ferguson. Phoenix grabs the miss. Booker in the post. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. Sharch dishes to Baines. Knocked loose. And Phoenix turns it over again. And Oklahoma City making a change here. Diallo's checked in. And Phoenix also making a switch. Jerome is checked in. And we just got a second look there at the exceptional mobile one block.
And early in a game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
Out to the right wing. Here's Ferguson. Defended by Bridges. Pass to Diallo. It's not going to go for him. And Phoenix the other way now. There's a minute left to play in the first quarter. Here's Carter. Lays it up off the glass.
Well, he passes to the wide open man. Bridges developing some team chemistry.
Out to the right wing. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Now, here is Muscala. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Ferguson kicks to Noel. 5 to shoot. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. The Suns have gone 7 of 8 from the field to start the game. Very hot shooting. It's tipped. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder.
And trust me, Dennis Schroeder would love to score the basketball, but his ability to set up his teammates is also effective.
And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. The Suns shooting their first free throw of the game here. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. "15 seconds left in the first. To the wing right side. Bridges passes to Jerome. Just 3 on the clock. He takes it up and lays it in. And it's all knotted up.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Tie game and some big points being put up on the board. Clark, as we wrap up the first. Stay with. Well, recently, Chris Paul talked about adding some levity.
It sounds so generic to say we have fun.
Yeah, from what we've seen, Greg, these guys naturally get along.
And you add in the guiding hand of Chris Paul. This team can beat anyone on any night because they're so connected.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. What stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
Well, the coaches preach ball movement, and we saw exactly why in that first quarter.
Everybody just feeling the energy of the basketball as they moved it around, and lots of hands were touching it.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Taking a look at the Thunder. They've got Nerlens Noel. Gallinari is out there with Muscala. Then there's Dennis Schroeder, and it's Diallo in at the shooting guard. Just 3 to shoot. Here's Noel. Out to Gallinari. Back to Noel. Count it.
Well, Gallinari does such a great job of recognizing the floor space, and that time, credit him with the assist.
And going back to when he turned pro at just 16 years of age, Gallinari has proven to be one of the best players ever from Italy.
When you think about his final year in Milano and just how highly efficient he was, first in the league's ratings overall. 6th pick going from Italy to New York City, and the fans had no idea what they were getting, but Gallinari eventually dealt the Carmelo deal. His career, although it's been multiple stops, has been pretty exemplary.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
Nice touch there near the hoop.
Shot good by Diallo. Diallo's got his first bucket in this one.
Now that's the kind of passing right there that makes a difference, not just in that possession, but maybe on your play for the entire game.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Noel. Rubio against Paul. Rubio misses.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Gilgeous-Alexander positioning himself well and knew exactly where to get to in the open space.
And Booker kicks to Rubio. And Adams sends it back. Here's Dort. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Pushing the action, getting others involved. He does it time and time again.
Nice to play with a point guard that takes pride in playmaking. It makes you move around just a little bit faster to get open spots.
Here's Rubio. Good. And a nice assist from Booker. Now just a 2-point Thunder lead.
So you understand what the defense is trying to do, but Rubio just so creative out there to make plays.
Greg, I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said this, you can coach a lot of different ways, you can win a lot of different ways, but you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also, at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in.
Bridges passes to Booker. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Throws down the breakaway jam.
A feisty defense from Steven Adams coming in there on that play, and he turns it into points on the fast break.
Suns trail by 6. There's 57 seconds left in the second quarter. Here's Ayton. Another shot. Kicks it out to Booker. Bridges with it. Ayton trying to break free. Misses the layup.
Well, the D's so tight on him, it makes him alter his shot. And an easy chance turns into a tough one because the defense is swarming. He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in. Just great hands for Ayton to time that one.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Oklahoma City shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
And as a team, excellent a season ago. About 80% when they got to the line.
Noel's checked in for Oklahoma City. And so Adams nails both of them. Suns trail by 6. Here's Booker. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And Booker is tremendous at driving to the inside, throws himself at the D to get the call.
Both free throws good from Booker.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
And Adams kicks to Ferguson. Back to Adams. He's looking for Noel and finds him. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Noel's got the lead up to 6 now for the Thunder.
Well, Steven Adams has more skills than just being a screen setter out there, showing them off there.
And so it's... All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, Best. A competitive matchup for Oklahoma City in the first quarter. It's been over a decade since this. And that.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. DeAndre Ayton has been sensational.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
And Phoenix looking who they've got on the floor. Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. Johnson is out there with DeAndre Ayton. And it's Oubre in at the small forward position. Up again. It's good on the putback.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Passes it to Gallinari. Here's the lob to Adams, and Adams with the slam.
Well, not many times does Adams get his number called for plays like that, but the oop there looked good.
Here's Booker trying to get open as Oubre. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one on Gilgeous-Alexander. The Suns have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity stripe. That's a huge factor.
Here's Dort, and he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Whoa, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Johnson, that's for 2. It's hauled in by Adams.
I know it's about defending the post and the three-point line these days, but still got to be active in the mid-range area, and the defense gets away with one there.
And it's Paul penetrating, and Adams with the slam.
Well, a combination of muscle and some focus right there allows Steven Adams to collect another bucket.
Here's Rubio. Kicks it out to Johnson. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Adams has got his 5th rebound in this one. Now the pass to Dort. To the middle. Out to Gallinari. Oklahoma City moving it around. Dort passes to Adams. Paul outside. Shot clock at 6. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And now a 12-point Thunder lead.
Just can't say enough about how much of the game Chris Paul sees, exploiting every single hole in the defense, and an excellent penetrator.
And so it's Paul bringing it up for Oklahoma City.
And the Phoenix Suns criticized for trading down 5 picks to select Cameron Johnson at 11 back in 2019. Many felt that was a reach.
There were a lot of people who were predicting that Cam was going to be towards the back end of the first round even, and a clear case for a Phoenix Suns team who was dead last in three-point percentage, drafting for a need in Cam Johnson.
Pass to Jerome. The dish to Kaminsky. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. You know, Greg, you probably know as well as anyone, what was it like going up against the Bulls in the 90s?
You know, it's weird to say, but in a lot of ways, we were a lot like they were. Hall of Fame talent at the coach, a defensive-minded team, but the one difference was, you know, the Bulls had that guy that wore that number 23. I think I'd say that might have been the one difference.
To the inside. Here's Saric. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
Saric, one of those guys with size and a combination of a deft touch, and in close, he's effective.
Muscala with the ball. Kaminsky's there. Schroeder finds Muscala. 6 on the shot clock. And now the fast break. Bridges with the ball. Ferguson with the rebound. The Thunder leading by 10. And now a fast break for the Thunder. And Noel throws it down.
Nice decision making by Schroeder there with a terrific assist.
The Suns have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Here's Carter. It's blocked. Second chance effort. Count it. Carter's got 6.
And a better box out saves them 2 points there.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
Muscala hits the bucket.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Here's Bridges. Tries again. And oh boy, a lot of contact. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, Personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively and involving the coaches by being able to. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Making the easy shots and the tough shots. He's on top of his game.
Booker finds Kaminsky. Kicks it out to Booker. Buries it from three-point range. 7 points in the game.
And just lights out in terms of his scoring. Devin Booker's calling card.
Muscala, a good finish at the rack off the slick feed. And the Thunder lead by 12.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Rubio, the pass to Bridges. And pushing it up here. Here is Oklahoma City.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
They get the rebound. Kicks it out to Rubio. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Goes back up. It's hauled in by Diallo.
Well, maybe not the best shot against that kind of defense, but he still has the ability to knock that kind of shot down.
Ferguson for three, and the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder, sitting with a comfortable lead up by 14. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. And we'll be back with you shortly. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Schroeder and Gilgeous-Alexander pair up in the backcourt. Noel is out there with Gallinari, and it's Adams in at the 5 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
Johnson down low. Gallinari on him. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. The Suns making a switch here. Oubre's checked in. Oklahoma City leading by 14. Lobbed up there for Booker. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Adams, the pass to Noel. Drops in the layup for two.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Oubre, no one around him. Misses the three. Oklahoma City shooting an almost unfair 78% from the field. Paul finds Gallinari. Back to Paul. There's the triple. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Beautiful right there. Good form, soft touch. Paul a consistent threat in all aspects of the game.
Rubio outside, and there's the defensive 3-second call. Greg, which team do you think has the toughest offense to stop in the NBA?
You know, in their heyday, it was the Warriors, no doubt about it. Now, though, things are changing a little bit. It's a tough one to say. The Bucks seem to be amazing with what they're doing with Giannis. The Rockets with that 1-2 punch of Harden and Westbrook is incredible. And don't sleep on the Lakers or the Clippers, partner. Right now, there's a few of them out there that I would lose a lot of sleep over trying to prepare to play against.
Yeah, I'm glad you included the two LA teams. Pass to Dort. Back to Gallinari. Lets it go from deep. Great D that time from Oubre. Suns trail by 16. Wide open look. The rebound by Steven Adams. Adams has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Suns have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Booker dishes to Ayton. Kicks it out to Booker. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
He looks to score all the time, and easy ones there for Booker.
Dort passes to Adams. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Off target from outside. And so Ayton will bring it up for the Phoenix Suns. They trail by 14. He dishes it to Rubio. Back to Ayton. And taken away by Paul. Up top, Gilgeous-Alexander. And it falls over the rim and in. And the Thunder lead by 16.
Shea does a nice job there just getting in the right spot and becoming an easy target for his teammates.
Rubio against Paul. Booker left side. Ball stolen. Paul surveying the floor. And the three off target.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
Adams against Ayton. Johnson wide open. He fires. And it's off the back rim. No good. Oklahoma City leading by 16.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Thunder.
And guys, the fast break was run, I thought, beautifully all night by these guys. I think that was a big part of their success.
Yeah, they definitely ran the break well. A big advantage in that category, and they continually put pressure on the defense.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Steven Adams.
Just a force on the glass. Did a fantastic job crashing the boards and coming up with seemingly every rebound.
Oh my goodness. Save that one. I want to see that again.
Me too. Just absolutely beautiful. Gilgeous-Alexander against Booker. And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. That doesn't go either for Gilgeous-Alexander. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Gallinari with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. Here's the three. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. To the paint. Gallinari outside. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Offline with his three. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way